Hi YouTube, I'm here today with my very first card making tutorial. The card that I'm going to be making is going to be fairly simple. It's kind of similar to the card that I showed in one of my haul videos. So I did have a couple people asking me how I did the effect on the card, but instead of showing how I did the effect on that card, I thought I'd make something different. So the list of supplies of what you need will be down below in the little bar section, description bar, there you go. And I'll just go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I already did a little preparation for the video, is I grabbed a Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock, and what I ended up doing was using this little like dotted cloud for the clouds that I'm going to create for our background. So I used Versamark ink to emboss on the watercolor cardstock. So all I did was use this little cloud, again, this little cloud, Versamarked it, and then I embossed it using Hero Art's embossing powder. So it does leave an effect that you won't see on camera, but after you take it to your heat gun, it looks like this, and this is what we want. So it looks sort of like little clouds, so you can't see it too well, but when we start watercoloring on the card, you'll be able to see it much more. So it looks just like that. I'm trying to get a little glare in it too, so you can see the clouds. Okay, so for the watercolor cardstock, I use the textured side because I like the effect that it does whenever you're using the watercolors. So I'm gonna be using my Sakura Koi Watercolors, and I'm just gonna get some water. I'm new to using watercolors, so I'm pretty sure I'll make a couple beginner mistakes. So I already kind of have the blue that I want, so I'm gonna lightly grab blue from two different colors to blend them together. And as you can see, I've already made a mess all over my watercolors. So I'm gonna start by going left to right and then right to left to create, of course, a sky look. So to show you better, I'm just gonna do it at the bottom. I don't really need to water my base because I'm not blending colors. I'm just using one basic color. So like I said, I go left to right, and then just to get the other ends, I go right to left, because I am just trying to create, you know, that sky look. When it dries, you'll see it. You'll see a much better effect than you will see now. So I'm just going back and forth to create the sky, and once we get to the clouds, you'll start seeing the clouds more. So I'm just gonna grab some more blue because we're gonna add some darkness to all of the blue that we have on here, because as you know, the sky in real life is different shades of blue. So I'm gonna start introducing different shades of blue here as I grab more blue. You don't really want to go too much into the cardstock, because after a while you will start to see that the cardstock gets textured and pieces start coming off of it because it's so damp. So that's why I did not want my card base. So now I'm gonna start getting some darker blue. I'm trying to clean up where the clouds are, just so I can have a full effect of where the from where the clouds can be seen. So going back and forth to clean up the clouds so that they can be shown more on the card. Okay, I'm almost satisfied with what it looks like. I just need to get more water around it. As you can see, once you start applying water to the clouds, you'll see them create a more nicer look. and then you finally have like a clean watercolor look. It's okay to have little spots without blue, because like I said, in the real life sky you do have those pieces of white showing and then the sun's coming out. But I'm just using that like as an example to where I want the color. So I grab a little blue here and there to get it a little darker. I clean it up by adding water, dragging it off. I should be using a craft sheet, but I'm using my desk, which is totally fine. So after I'm done with my watercolors, you can see the clouds a lot more. You can see the clouds with a more finished look, and you can see them a lot better, and you can actually see the little dots a little bit more, and that's what I want on the card. So what you're gonna do after this is you can either let it sit out to dry, or you can just take it to your heat gun and get it dried right away. I will advise this, that when you do take it to the heat gun, it's gonna bend more, because as you can see, it's already doing a little bended thing. I'm not sure the term for it, but it's doing a little bended thing, and you want to make sure that none of the watercolor ends up moving, because it will do that. So what I do is I go ahead and I take it to my heat gun and let it bend a little bit more. That way I'll just use some of this foam tape to adhere it to the card when it's done. So I'll be right back after I take this to my heat gun. Okay, so I'm back with the dried image. As you can see, the watercolor and the background look a lot different than it did when it was wet, when the cardstock was wet. And what I like is that the watercolors did this little like scattered thing where it actually looks like a watered sky. So I thought that was pretty neat. So once it's dry, I'm gonna apply my sentiment. So the sentiment that I'm gonna use is from the same stamp set, and it's going to be the Fly Away With Me stamp. So I'm just gonna use some regular VersaFine ink and make sure it's applied really well to go ahead and stamp it down. So it's not totally centered, but for the sake of the video, well, let's just say it's centered. So like I said, you're gonna apply the sentiment, and you're also gonna use the heart from the same stamp set. So I'm just getting the heart off camera, and like I said, you're gonna be using this little heart. And I just have some Neon Hero Arts ink in pink. I'm gonna apply it around 2 hearts. So I'll apply one here, and I'll do another one over here. You can add more, you can add as many as you want, but I just thought that this would be pretty neat. So once that's it, that's our finished card. You're gonna go ahead and apply it to your card base using some Scotch foam masking tape. So just gonna cut off a couple pieces to be able to apply it. Because the watercolor gets so bended, you will see you'll see a lot of card makers use this because it's really sturdy. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that to the back, because I noticed that when I apply it to the actual card, it doesn't help it stay so much. So I'm gonna grab 2 more squares. I'll just close up this ink pad. So I'm just gonna keep going and just gonna apply this to my card base. So it's just a regular 4x6 card base. And that's gonna be it. You're just gonna apply it. Make sure you get it centered, because I have done the mistake of not putting it correctly, and it does look weird. Okay, so I just form it, and that's it. That's the finished card. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing this card making video. Please tell me what you guys would like to see. Please tell me if you liked the card, or if you didn't, just leave me a comment letting me know what you'd like to see from me, or if you didn't or didn't like the card. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.